Today we're going to talk about the most underrated happiness booster of all time.
Life is beautiful.
I was that guy who hated vacations. Miserable bastard I was. But working with you really changed things for me.
Yeah, why is that?
You taught me that a life without vacation is a life not worth living. I used to be work, go, no stopping. I treated life as this one long marathon where one day I'll reach the finish line and only then can I stop and relax. But I've recently changed my tune and made some tweaks to that thinking, and I think it's made me a whole lot happier and paradoxically a whole lot more productive as a result. And it's changing my lens from thinking of life as this one long marathon with one single destination at the end to a series of short sprints and breaks and rewards at the end of those sprints. And so what I've started to do is break my life into basically these 3-month sprints, to be very specific. And at the end of those 3 months, I plan one big thing that I'm looking forward to where I can celebrate all the effort that I've put into that quarter.
Mm-hmm.
And this does two things for me. One, it motivates the hell out of me because it makes the window of this race so short. Like I have such a clear finish line for this sprint where it makes me run faster basically, and it makes me more productive because I want to do as much as possible in that sprint.
Yeah, you could see the finish line.
Two, I enjoy it more because I feel like there's this light at the end of the tunnel. Like I'm working towards something that actually does have a clear end goal. And I'm aware of the fact that there's always another sprint, and this is a never-ending game of sprints, right? So it's just a complete mindset shift. But the one thing that I really wanted to touch on in this conversation was this idea that the thing that was wrong with me not wanting to go on vacation
why didn't you?
Was me neglecting myself. It was basically putting myself last. Life is too short not to have something to look forward to. And I realized as I was preparing for this episode, how often in life do I fill my calendar up with goals and responsibilities and work and my diet and this and that and all these things I have to do. But I never really ask myself, what is it that I want to do this week? Like, what is something that I genuinely would look forward to just for me? Not because I have to do it for anyone else other than myself. And I realized life is too short not to live that way.
Yeah. I also think there's science behind actually putting those things on your calendar, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And what's the science behind it?
Well, there's the whole study that it was done out of the Netherlands. They found that the biggest happiness boost from a vacation didn't come during the trip. It came before. So the anticipation leading up to that trip was the best part. It's part of the reason why changing to the sprint mode made me so happy was because I knew that at the end, for example, my last sprint ended with a trip to Italy with my wife to go snowboarding. So I worked super hard in this 3-month sprint, and then I knew at the end of this, I was going to go on a trip with my wife, snowboarding in the Dolomites, and it was going to be this beautiful thing. And so it was like not working like, oh, I have to. It was like I'm working to go and earn that thing.
All right, so let me play devil's advocate here, though. But isn't this basically not living in the present?
I don't know about that. I don't know about it's not living in the present. Like for me, it's more so about being excited about the future doesn't necessarily negate that you're living in the present. Like it's not like I'm saying I can't wait for this thing in the future. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm doing what I'm doing today. And I'm aware of the fact that this thing is coming in the future, which lifts my mood. It makes me happy. So what's wrong with that, you know?
Yeah. I think you just made a very distinct word choice there, which is not saying I can't wait until and changing that to I'm really looking forward to. I know it seems very tiny and a small tweak, but it is a huge difference, meaning you're doing the thing that you're currently doing in the present moment with joy, not necessarily like you want to escape it to get to that thing that you can't wait to get to, but with the awareness that you have this really exciting thing on the horizon.
Yeah, it's just a happiness booster.
Exactly.
Not a happiness fixer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But other than the 3-month big reward that I've been giving myself, like that bigger thing to look forward to, the one thing that I've been implementing on top of that is like a micro little thing. So once a week, I plan out my entire week. And like I said, I always just plan the things I have to do. Now I look at my week and I make sure I take just an extra moment to ask myself, what is something I am genuinely looking forward to doing this week for myself?
All right, so what's your answer right now to the next thing that you planned for yourself?
I'll tell you immediately. It's a foot massage. I cannot wait to go get a foot massage this weekend.
You just said can't wait.
But you know what I meant.
Oh,
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
Oh, the power of words, my friend. Power of words.
Caught him. All right, I'm excited as hell for my foot massage this weekend.
Are you looking forward to it?
I'm very much so looking forward to it,
Yeah.
yes. And it's boosting my happiness levels.
Nice.
All right, so the call to action for today is to look at your week right now and ask yourself, is there anything on your calendar that you're looking forward to? It's a really eye-opening exercise for a lot of people, at least it was for my previous self. When I looked at mine, I was like, no, actually, there's not much here where it's like,
you know, this is making me think of my thing that I'm looking forward to has changed so much, and it reminds me of that line from Old School when Will Ferrell's asked about, so what are you doing on Saturday? He goes, yeah, I got quite a nice little Saturday going to Home Depot with the wife.
yeah, you live in the dad life, totally
Oh,
different.
man.
No,
Yeah.
but go get a foot massage. It's sick.
All right, I'm down.
All right. Well, that wraps up today's episode. We hope you enjoyed it.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
Go get a foot massage.
Love you. Peace.